What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. Today, you and I are going to talk about how to get motivated to eat healthy and to exercise. Now, I've broken this down into 4 individual steps. The first step is going to be how to actually get motivated. This isn't just for exercise or for nutrition. This is for literally anything in life. So if you struggle with motivation, period, this first step is going to be super important. Number 2, we're going to talk about what should you start with first, exercise or nutrition. I think you might be surprised by the answer. Number 3, we're going to leave blank just to make sure that you watch the whole video. Do not skip around. And then number 4 is something I call the 1, 2, 3 method, just to make the whole process simpler and easier to understand and practically apply. All right, let's get into it. Really quick, before we get into all this stuff, I have been almost completely absent from YouTube since March 2020. Ever since lockdown began, I've been doing very little on YouTube. I think it's about to change. I'm gonna do more and more on YouTube now, but I've been really into my podcast, and I'm not sure if you listened to it already. It's the Jordan Syatt Mini Podcast. If you don't subscribe, I'm gonna put a link in the description, but I've been having a blast on it. We literally just passed 2.3 million downloads, which it blows my mind. So if you subscribe to it already and listen, thank you so much. It means the world to me. If you don't, I would love for you to go subscribe to the podcast. It's the Jordan Syatt Mini Podcast. Link in the description, because I'm having a lot of fun on it. I really enjoy it, and I think you'll like it too, especially if you like my YouTube content. So with that being said, now let's get into it. All right, so for this first part, we're gonna talk about motivation, and specifically, we're gonna talk about how to get motivated. Not just how to get motivated to eat healthy, and not just how to get motivated to exercise. I mean how to get motivated for literally anything. And for whatever it's worth, this is the single most common question I get every single day. Even more than how do I lose fat, or how do I lose belly fat, or how do I lose arm fat? The most common question is, how do I get motivated? It's the single thing that people struggle with most, and that's why I think it's so important to cover first. And what I'll do is, first I'm gonna cover the misconception associated with motivation. That's what this loop is. This loop I call Dumbledore's loop, because this is how motivation actually works on a scientific level. And when you understand this, you're going to be able to apply it to literally everything in life, far outside of simply health and fitness, so that you can achieve anything you want. And I know that sounds hippy-dippy, but it's true. When you understand this, you're gonna be able to apply it to literally everything. I call it Dumbledore's loop. It's super powerful, and I think it's gonna help you a lot. So the misconception with motivation is that people just think they're gonna be struck by some type of motivational lightning bolt, that out of nowhere, they're gonna be motivated. And I see this because a lot of people will message me and just say, well, how do I get motivated? I'm just not motivated. What do I do to get motivated? And they don't realize that they're not just going to get motivated. That's not how motivation works. The reality is this: everybody, myself included, everybody would rather lie in bed an extra hour, 2 hours with the covers on top of them, stay warm and comfy. Everybody would rather have a nice big hot chocolate with a bunch of whipped cream, a bowl of ice cream. Everybody would rather that. You can't just be doing that and expect to all of a sudden get motivated out of nowhere. That's not how it works. So if you're waiting for motivation to come so then you can take action, and then from that action get results, and from those results get more motivated, you're gonna be waiting forever, because motivation is never just going to come out of nowhere. That's not how it works. How it actually works is, first you need to take action. You need to take action regardless of whether or not you're motivated. And this is what sucks. I'm not saying this is easy, but I am saying it's simple, and I am saying if you do this, you will make progress and you will achieve your goals. I'm not saying you're gonna become a professional athlete just because you started taking action. I'm not gonna say you're gonna look like a cover model just because you started taking action, but I am saying you can get healthier. You can lose body fat. You can get stronger. You can get your first chin up. You can get your first push up. You can live a healthy, happy life just from taking action. The issue is, most people don't take action. So stop waiting for motivation. Stop waiting for it to come out of nowhere, and start realizing you need to take action first in order to achieve literally anything in life. Whether it's getting motivated to work out, getting motivated to eat healthier, getting motivated to start your business, whatever it is, you need to first take action. From this action, you will get results. From those results, you'll get more motivated to take more action. But first, you don't just get motivated. First, you do the thing that you're not motivated to do, and from there, you will get results, and from those results, then you'll get more motivated to take more action. So if you're sitting here right now watching this YouTube video and you're like, holy shit, you're having a big moment, turn this YouTube video off. Stop watching me. Go do it. Maybe it's a 5-minute walk. Maybe it's drinking more water. Maybe it's just walking up and down the steps in your house. Hell, do that right now while you're watching me. If you're lying down, sitting down, whatever it is, go move while you're watching me right now. And I guarantee you, you're going to start getting more motivated because of that. That was good. All right, now the next thing on this list, exercise or nutrition. Most people ask me, which one should you choose first? I used to say nutrition. That used to be just my dogmatic, one-size-fits-all answer. Now I don't think it's that simple. Number one, I think you should really choose whichever one you enjoy most. I think that's the most important part. Let's say, for example, you love cooking. Maybe you're a chef, or maybe you just really love cooking. You love food, you know how it works, you understand calories, you understand macros, and for you, manipulating your nutrition isn't that big of a deal. I'd say start with that. Let's say you really struggle with having control over your nutrition and you don't enjoy that part of it yet, but maybe walking for an extra 10, 20, 30 minutes a day isn't that big of a deal and you could definitely fit that in. I'd say start with that. The reason I think this is so important to choose whichever one you enjoy more is because the one you enjoy more, you're more likely to be consistent with. And the best part is, once you start doing something, this action, once you start doing one of these consistently, you're gonna get results. And with those results, you're gonna get more motivated to take more action. So if you enjoy exercise more, it doesn't mean you have to love it, but maybe you like it more than taking control of your nutrition. Well, you do that for 30, 60, 90 days, all of a sudden you're gonna see some results. Maybe the results won't even be physical, maybe they'll be mental. Maybe you'll feel better. Maybe you'll be less tired during your walks. Then you'll get more motivated to take more action. You'll be like, well, what else can I do? Then you'll start going to your nutrition. And it can work in the reverse too. Maybe you don't want to start exercising yet, but you do want to start tracking your calories. Guarantee from taking that action, you're going to get some results. And from those results, you're going to get motivated to take more action. And then you'll start doing exercise as well. So pick whichever one you enjoy most. Having said all of that, if you just want me to tell you what to do, I'm gonna choose exercise. The reason I'm gonna go with exercise is because I think generally it's easier than starting with nutrition. I think you'll get more bang for your buck with nutrition, to be very honest, especially if we're talking from a weight loss perspective. But exercise is easier to start out with because it doesn't have to be an hour, 2 hour, 3 hour long workout. You don't have to be so sore that you're crippled and you can't even sit on the toilet the next day. With exercise, you can start with 20 minutes of walking a day, 10 minutes of walking a day. You can walk up and down your stairs a few times if you want to call that your exercise. That's fine. Just do something. And I've found this over and over and over again with my clients over the years. When they just start with something, some exercise, they get more motivated to then track their nutrition. Because the thing about exercise, we've all heard this before, that exercise increases your endorphins and you feel better about yourself. It's true. And I think a lot of us take it for granted. When you start focusing on exercise first, you start feeling better about yourself. Then all of a sudden, it feels worthwhile to focus on your nutrition and it becomes easier to do. So choose whichever one you enjoy most. But if you're just sitting there like, just telling me what to do, start with exercise. Start with walking 10 or 20 minutes a day. In a week, in a month, up to 30 minutes a day. Then go from there. But you have to do something. And if I had to tell you what to do, I'd say, start with this. Okay. All right, so number 3, I left it blank. It's exercise. And I know I just covered walking in this exercise portion, but we can go into a little bit more depth. So obviously I think walking is the single most important and underrated thing you can do, especially if you're starting from nothing. But what if you want to do a little bit more than walking? What if you want to start off with something a little bit more intense, a little bit more all-encompassing, full body strength? I think my best recommendation would be, especially if you're just starting out and you don't have too much time, I would say do some density circuits. And I'll explain what that is. Basically, a density circuit is a circuit in which you have a time limit. The time limit could be 5 minutes, could be 10 minutes, could be 15 minutes, could be 20 minutes. I try not to go above 20 minutes, and really even that is extreme. I try and keep it between 5 to 15 minutes, and you choose about 3 to 5 exercises to complete in a circuit fashion within that time frame. So for this example's sake, let's say you choose a 10-minute circuit, and within 10 minutes, you choose 3 exercises to do. So we could choose 3 exercises, 1 upper body, 1 lower body, and 1 core. So let's say for 10 minutes, you're gonna do 10 bodyweight squats, 10 push-ups, and 20 seconds of planks. And repeat that as many times as you possibly can within 10 minutes. Now, that's just a crude example, but it's a good one. And that's a full body workout that I guarantee you by the end of, you're gonna be sweating, you're gonna be tired, and you can see yourself progress week after week after week. And there are many different density circuits you can do. You could do arm-focused density circuits, you could do glute-focused density circuits, you could do upper body focus, lower body focus, full body focus, you could do anything you want. But I like this because it puts a time limit on it. So if you've got to get out of the door in 20 minutes, do a 10-minute density circuit. Boom, you're good. Do that 3 times a week. That is a wonderful start to strength training into exercise. Now, the last thing I'll say about exercise is if you don't know what to do, join my inner circle. I'll put a link in the description. It's sfinnercircle.com. We've got literally every kind of workout you could ever want. If you don't have any equipment, we've got bodyweight workouts. If you do have equipment, we've got strength training, we've got powerlifting, we've got kettlebell workouts, dumbbell workouts, bodyweight workouts. We've got literally everything you could ever want in the inner circle. And if you just want someone to tell you what to do, so it's not gonna be overwhelming, so you have video tutorials of every exercise, go to the link in my description and join the inner circle. It's gonna be literally everything you need to get started with your exercise. Okay, so for the last thing on this list, it's nutrition. And I'm gonna talk about something I call the 1-2-3 method. But before we get into that, I think the number one thing you can do with your nutrition right now, write down everything you eat for 72 hours, 3 days. The catch here is, you have to be brutally fucking honest with everything you're writing down. You can't have 2 cookies and say, oh no, I don't wanna write that down. Write it down. Have a cup of hot chocolate with marshmallows in it, write down you had a cup of hot chocolate with marshmallows in it. If you had a bag of gummy worms, write that down. If your kids finished eating their meal and they had 2.5 chicken nuggets left on their plate and you ate them, write down you had 2.5 chicken nuggets. Just write down literally everything that goes in your mouth for 72 hours. I don't care if it's a glass of water. I don't care if it's an ice cube for whatever fucking reason you're putting an ice cube in your mouth. Write down everything you eat. And I'm not saying this so that you be overly meticulous with it. I'm saying this because most people who are struggling to lose weight, they have no idea how much they're eating. They think they're eating less than they actually are. And by the way, this works in reverse as well. If you look at the research on people who struggle to gain weight, they statistically overestimate how much they're eating. Whereas people who struggle to lose weight statistically underestimate how much they're eating. So I'm not saying this to be a dick, and I'm not encouraging you to be overly meticulous. I'm not saying track every calorie just yet. I'm just saying write everything you eat down for 72 hours, because odds are if you're honest with it and you actually write it all down, you're gonna be like, oh, I didn't realize how much I was eating. Now, moving on from there, if you want to get even more simple with this, my 1-2-3 method works very, very well. Now, I'll say this, it's not all encompassing. It's not like you do this and all of a sudden your nutrition's gonna be perfect and you're gonna lose all the weight you wanted. That's not what I'm saying. I am saying is, if you do this 1-2-3 method, it'll be a form of taking action that you will see results from that will help you get more motivated to take more action. So what is the 1-2-3 method? Well, the 1 stands for one big ass salad every day. Just every day, make sure you have one big ass salad. I don't care what you put in it. Just make sure there's vegetables in it. Everyone on Instagram is like, what do I put in the big ass salad? How many vegetables? What type of vegetables? Do you count the calories from the vegetables? What type of protein? What type of salad dressing? I don't give a fuck. Just eat a fucking salad every day. That's all I want. That's the number 1. The 2 is for 2 pieces of fruit every day. I don't care if it's a banana. I don't care if it's an orange. I don't care if it's watermelon. I don't care if it's strawberries. Have 2 pieces of fruit every day. Don't have 2 slices of pizza and call that your fruit. That's not a fucking fruit. Just has to be a fruit. So 1 big ass salad, 2 pieces of fruit, and 3 bottles of water. I just make sure I have 3 of these bottles every day. I'm not gonna read off how many fluid ounces are in this because I don't want you to be overly meticulous with it. I just want you to have 3 bottles of water every day. It could be half of this size. I don't care. It's not about getting meticulous. It's not about being like overly strict. All right, well, he said to have 2.4 liters every day. That's not what I'm trying to do. I just want you to get in the habit of eating vegetables, eating fruits, and drinking enough water every single day. So the 1-2-3 method, really all it is, 1 big ass salad, 2 pieces of fruit, 3 bottles of water. If you do this every day, again, I'm not saying you're gonna be stepping on the Olympia stage and be a physique competitor or be on the cover of a fitness magazine, which candidly, I don't wanna do either. I have no interest in stepping on stage in a thong and spray tanning myself and paying money to have someone be like, I don't like how your chest looks. I'm not saying that's the pinnacle of health and fitness because it's not, but I am saying just for you to keep your expectations in perspective. This isn't gonna get you ripped or shredded or make you 2% body fat or any of that stuff. What it will do is build better habits. It will help you get healthier, and it will help you get more motivated to eat healthier, and it will help you get more motivated to exercise, and it will help you get more motivated, period. Because the only way to get motivated is to first take action. Whether that action is walking, whether that action is a density circuit, whether that action is joining the inner circle, whether that action is writing down the food you eat, whether that action is the 1-2-3 method, I don't care. Just take action. So I hope this video is helpful. If you take nothing from it, just remember, if you're struggling to get motivated, you're not gonna get motivated by sitting there asking someone on Instagram how to get motivated. The only way you're gonna get motivated is by doing the thing you don't want to do, taking one small step towards it. It doesn't have to be a world record attempt. It just has to be something. Do something. Do something small and you'll get more motivated because you'll get some results, which will get you more motivated to take more action. And so the cycle continues. Have a wonderful day. I'll talk to you soon.